Thank you guys for tuning in to Crash Course RC today. Going to be gluing some tires here for you. Maybe do a quick little how-to video on that. People have different methods, but this is one that I seem to think works the best. This is some 10th scale front wheels for my Team Associated B6.4. But let's get started. Go ahead and open these up. These are some AKA rebars. They're for the front tires only. You can kind of look at the tread pattern there. Excited to try these out. Might get to try them out today at the track. All right. If you notice, they're kind of covered with this white stuff, whatever it is. We want to get that nice and clean that off. And the best way to do that I found is just some simple green. And we're going to spray that on a napkin and clean all that junk off so that we'll get a good nice bond to our plastic wheel. And you don't need to clean the whole tire, mostly just right in here. Where it's going to be sticking to the plastic wheel. Trying to get the corner really good. You could take the foams out to do this if need be. You can use any rag. I'm just using this paper towel, but rag might hold up a little bit better, but this will get the job done. And when we do get all this cleaned off, be important to let that dry. Don't want to try to glue it up if it's still wet. Just trying to get in those corners really good. Set that one down. Let me get a new paper towel here. All right, let's take our other tire. Spray a little simple green on our napkin there. We're going to do the same thing. All right, that's pretty clean. There's a little bit of white stuff on there, but I believe that's debris from our paper towel. But hopefully that'll be good enough. You can kind of do this right here, and that will kind of center your foam inside your tire. And we'll get ready to glue it. Just using this Proline tire glue. There's the serial number if you guys are interested. But you can see it's pretty thin. Works pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off and put these tips on. Let's start with this tire. It looks dry enough. I'll stretch it over our wheel. And when it comes to gluing tires, all of them are the same. They have this bead here, and it's going to go in that bead there. Whether you're gluing short course tires or crawler tires, they should all have that bead. Now, different manufacturers, depending on what you have, the depth of this hex could be different. So these are associated wheels, specifically for the team associated two-wheel drive buggy. So keep that in mind as well when you're looking. Just make sure you get the right wheels. And then tires should work on, like this tire would work on a low C wheel, 10th scale two-wheel drive wheel, or this associated. But the low C offset might be different. All right, we've got that in there. You can kind of see that's settled in there pretty good. Just kind of move it around, squeeze it a little bit, peel it back, put it back. Seeing how it looks, feels. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get our other one on there. These tires are very, very sticky. I like it. Hopefully they hook up really good. I think they're more made for a clay track, but our track sometimes gets pretty hard packed, and it has those ribs right there. I'm gonna give them a try. See how they do. I was looking for something that had a little bit of a rib on it to run on the front, but it still has some kind of bar tread along the side too. I think that'll work out nice. Now, a couple different ways I've seen people do this. Some of them, they just kind of glue the outside and let it run around. I always kind of like to peel it back a little bit and make sure you get the glue in there. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to comment below. I'm still learning myself. If you guys got a better way to do it, I'm happy to learn. And then these rubber bands here, you can kind of put her on the edge there to help hold that in as the glue dries. So let's start gluing. I'm gonna start with the back side. If you kind of mess up and get some glue on the back side, it won't be that big a deal. That way we'll be a little bit practiced up for when we do it on the front. And like I said, I'm peeling back here. And one thing you can do is make sure you're getting on glue. Kind of raking it on my napkin there. I can see it's getting wet. Looks okay. So I'm going to peel that back a little bit. Put some glue down in there. Just trying to let it get in that bead. And usually by the time you get back around, it will be all the way dry. Well, mostly dry. And I've got this kind of angled and I'm running it down in that bead. That kind of helps too if your tip's bent just ever so slightly. All right, got that one on there. If you have a rag or something, you can kind of wipe that excess off. I don't like using my finger, but I might just run around real quick. Kind of wiping that excess off a little bit. Let's go ahead and put a rubber band on there. Maybe even two. let that dry up. You can kind of see the liquid there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back side of this one while that one is drying and has rubber bands on it. I think they make specific things for tires, but you can just use rubber bands. Kind of let it run down in there. And I'm kind of holding it at an angle here so it runs down. You can do it flat on the table. Okay. Kind of see the glues all the way around there. Let's go ahead and put us on a rubber band. Like so. All right, let's leave it like so. Let it dry a minute. All right, I'm gonna let these dry a few seconds, and then we'll go around and do the front. All right, while this one's still drying, let's go ahead and work on the front of this guy. Now that we practiced on the back a little bit, hopefully the front will go okay. I'm gonna turn my glue upside down, get a nice little stream going again. Just be careful, because if you set that on where you glued, you'll glue your tire to your napkin. So I'm gonna hold it like this, peel that back a little bit. Get some glue down in there. Luckily, with these being front wheels, they're just kind of turning. You're not putting any power to them. So you don't have to have a whole lot of glue probably to hold those in place. All right, I'm just going to take this tip here and go around like this and spread that glue out. Got a little bit more on there than I wanted this time, but that's okay. Use my rubber band like so. Maybe I'll take this and see what happens. There we go. Looks pretty good. Maybe do one more rubber band. Cool. All right. That looks like it's still drying a little bit. We might wait a minute for it. All right. Now that this is dried, looks pretty good. I'm gonna remove these rubber bands and we're gonna be using them on the front. And let's get this other side glued down, and we'll get them installed on my two-wheel drive buggy. All right, looks pretty good. Go ahead and put our rubber bands on here. Maybe try to wipe that a little bit. Get that excess off. All right, we're just going to wait for these to dry, and then I'm probably done with my glue here. I'll take the little cap off, and maybe I'll do a quick showing you these on my buggy. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Got my wheels and tires installed on here. Look pretty good. Can't wait to run this thing. Pretty excited about it. Till next time.